balling. Thank you for vibing with me. Yeah, man, on this channel we cover the Philadelphia 76ers. We cover the Philadelphia Phillies. We cover the NBA playoffs. You know what I mean? We cover the MLB playoffs. And we will mix in a little bit of boxing as well. So if you're interested in good vibes, consider subscribing to your boy. So, the Phillies snapped their losing streak by beating the Cubs. Is the title of the video. And also, the Sixers better not mess up the 2025 NBA draft. Now, let's start with the Phillies. Let's start with the Philadelphia Phillies, man. Congratulations, Philly fans. Congratulations, Phillies. You know what I mean? We snapped our losing streak about dang on time. It was getting kind of spooky, losing game after game after game, getting swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. I know things like that happen throughout a long MLB season. I understand all that. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm just happy we got the dub, right? So we beat the Cubs 4-3, and Zach Wheeler pitched an outstanding game. Zach Wheeler pitched, by the way, I'm taking this nature walk right now, enjoying the weather. Shout out to Mary. Good morning. Good morning. Wishing you a great day as well. Tend to take these nature walks in the morning. But Zach Wheeler pitched an outstanding game. 6 innings pitched. Only allowed 1 run to score. He had 7 big strikeouts. He was absolutely amazing. The Phillies won this game in the 11th inning, but it's not. But I don't even care about the 11th inning part. I'm just happy that we won, and I got to give a big shout out to JT Romano for doing his thing. I got to give a big shout out to him. 2 RBIs, beautiful walk. Yes, it's beautiful out here. It is so beautiful. I try to get outside. I'm a nature guy. Like, I would love to go camping for like a week or so, like in a log cabin. I would love to do that. I would just love to do that and just live off the land, go fishing and just live off the land. Like, whatever it takes to survive. Hey, sign me up. But JT, 2 RBIs. Amazing performance by our guy JT, our catcher. Wilson also had an RBI. My guy Brandon Marsh had an RBI as well. And let me just give another big shout out. Romano got in the game, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about Romano, our relief pitcher. Y'all know how I feel about that. What's going on, Lim? What's going on? Everybody in the building, make sure you double tap, hit that like button. Double tap, hit that like button if you haven't already. What's going on, everybody in the building? Happy Tuesday. God bless to everybody. Make sure y'all double tap, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's definitely going down. But what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day today. Yes. All right, so Romano got into the game, y'all, and he didn't give up any runs. He got in the game late. I don't know if it was the 10th or the 11th inning, but he got in the game. He didn't give up any runs. My guy Matt Stram gave up a run. Banks got in the game. Kirkering got in the game. Our relief pitching did okay, I guess. We got the dub. That's all that matters. We got the dub. I'm still a little iffy about the relief pitching, and I still don't got confidence in Romano. But at the end of the day, the Phillies got a dub, and we broke that losing streak. And on top of breaking the losing streak, you beat one of the best teams in all of baseball. You beat the Chicago Cubs, one of the best teams in baseball, and you did it in extra innings. And that's what we need to do. Yes, we got swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates, one of the worst teams in all of baseball. But then on top of that, we going to put that in the past now. The present and future, we just beat one of the best teams in baseball. We play them today at 6:45, I think, today. And we're going to beat them again. We might try to get the sweep. Let's see what happens, though. But Let's go Phillies. Let's go Phillies. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Appreciate you vibing with your boy. Now let's talk about the Sixers, y'all. Let's talk about the Sixers. The Sixers better not mess up the 2025 NBA draft. Oh my goodness. The Sixers better not mess up the 2025 NBA draft. Now, if the Sixers, listen, we got lucky. I don't even say lucky. We're blessed to have that third overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft. We're blessed to have it, y'all. And I feel like people are not as grateful to have that pick. I feel like people are not as thankful to have that pick. And I'm just happy that we have a draft pick. We're not supposed to have this pick. It's supposed to go to Thunder because the Sixers are supposed to be contenders. And if we was contenders, we would have never kept this pick. But since we just failed miserably the whole entire 2025 season, hey, listen, bro. 2024-25 season, we got this pick, third overall. And my whole thing is this. I'm hearing so much speculation about trading back. And I'm going to say this. I'm thankful for whatever we do. Almost everything we do. Because we're not supposed to have this pick anyway. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If they pass up on Ace Bailey, right? If they pass up on Ace Bailey and we trade back to get whatever we get, right? Listen, for all the people that's saying, yes, trade back, Ace Bailey ain't the guy. He's going to need like 5 years to develop to get better. For all the Sixer fans that are saying that, keep that same energy if the man becomes an all-star in the next couple of years. Keep that same energy. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Sometimes quantity is not better than quality. You can have a lot of players, but are they good? And if you feel like Ace Bailey has the highest ceiling at number 3, I'm sticking and picking. I'm not taking any chance. I'm just going to stick and pick and do what I have to do and go get that guy. I'm not trading back in the draft to just try to get quantity, get multiple picks. Man, I don't care about multiple picks. I care about quality players. Quantity is not better than quality. You might get lucky, trade back and go. For instance, I forgot what two teams. It was the Mavericks and the Hawks. When they traded back and the Hawks drafted Trey and the Mavericks traded up to go get Luka. That worked out perfectly fine. But 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, or 7 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. So you mess around and trade out of that third spot. Say you trade back to like it don't matter if it's one spot back, but just say you trade back to the 10th spot or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? Say you trade back. You still keep a top 10 pick, but you just trade back and you lose out on VJ, Knipple, you lose out on what's the other bull? Other bull I really like. Of course, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe. You miss out on all those players because you want to trade back. You miss out on all those players, right? And Ace Bailey turns out to be an all-star. Man, I'm going to be so... Listen, man. I'm not taking a chance, man. That whole trade back a few years ago with the Luka and the Trae Young trade, the Hawks and the Mavericks, that type of stuff don't really work out all like that all the time. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it won't work out for us this time, but come on, man. Let's keep it real, man. Unless they really don't have faith in Ace Bailey, they really don't think this man got the talent like people think they do, and maybe the fans are overrating Ace Bailey, and the GMs and the scouts see a lot of flaws in his game, and they're just like, nah, man, I'm not drafting this dude. I'd rather just trade back and get something different, and maybe there's someone that's probably in our eyes that we don't think is going to be better than Ace, but he turns out to be better than Ace. So I understand all opinions, but at the same time, it's like, you better get it right. And the one thing about Daryl Morey that I actually do respect and I do like is Daryl Morey is very good at drafting players. So that's one thing about him I definitely respect. Not the off-season moves when it comes to trading for players or signing players like a Paul George. That wasn't a good move. Signing players like what's his name, Reggie Jackson, and no disrespect to Kyle Lowry, signing players like that, and they playing high minutes. That's just not good. But I respect him for drafting Tyrese Maxey. I respect him for drafting Jarrett McCain. So I actually have a lot more confidence in other GMs when it comes to the draft. So if he does trade back, obviously he sees something that we're probably not seeing. And I have a lot of confidence in his ability to draft players. But the thing just don't let your luck run out by trading too far back and you mess around and draft a guy that just can't get on the dang on basketball court. And he really don't because I always say this, man, as much as I love when we compare players to other players that are all-time greats in the NBA, right? College is way different from the NBA. There's levels to the game. And I say that all the time, even when it comes to football, like when you draft players and high in the NFL draft, and people's like, oh, this person's going to be like Tom Brady. This dude's going to be like Russell Wilson in his prime. This guy, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just like, yo, like I understand he dominated in college. That's all fine. Look, that's cool. That's cool. But at the end of the day, it's levels to the game. Just like college in football is different from NFL football, it's the same thing that goes when it comes to college and basketball going to the NBA. It's the same thing. Mike Ace is getting so much. Bro, I don't understand it. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion, Teacher Got Game. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button. Double tap the screen and hit the like button. Yeah, I don't understand the disrespect for Ace Bailey. And all I'm saying is, if they pass up on Ace Bailey, they better hope his potential isn't what people are thinking it's going to be. There's numerous players saying that he could be the best player in this draft that are already in the NBA. There's numerous people that say that he's definitely got that it factor when it comes to making them hard buckets. So my whole thing is this. If you pass up on Ace Bailey and this man turns out to be an all-star in 2 years and you mess around and draft, and I'm not saying VJ can't be an all-star. Say, for example, you draft VJ Edgecombe or whatever. You trade back, you draft VJ Edgecombe, or you draft Knipple or somebody like that, right? Say you do that and they don't become an all-star. You're going to look so stupid. You're going to look dumb. You're going to look stupid. I'm sorry to say it. You're going to look bad because your luck will run out if you keep thinking that you're overthinking the game. You're overthinking the game. Don't get me wrong. Trey is nice. I love Trey Johnson. I love Trey Johnson. Like, I've been saying that for a minute. Before the hype around Trey Johnson before the hype was actually here, I was talking about Trey Johnson from Texas, right? But my whole thing is this, bro. Even myself, I'm not drafting Trey over Ace. I'm not drafting Trey over Ace. And I love Trey. If we trade back, I would definitely draft Trey. But I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know what's going on, man. And I just kind of I can't wait until the NBA draft finally happens, so I can kind of like just know what direction we're heading as a franchise. I want to know what direction we're heading into, and I actually am cheering for Ace Bailey more than anything now because of all the disrespect, because of all the hate. Everybody's hating on Ace Bailey because he makes the tough shot. Yeah, he makes the tough shot. Wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't you want that? It's like that's the whole point of the NBA. Most of the shots are hard. Like they say, he makes it harder than what it should be. So be it. He makes the shot though. He makes it. He's a good rebounder. If he could bring that defense, like I think he could bring, because defense is not just talent. It's hustle in the mindset. If he brings that, he's gonna be a good player. But everybody that's talking about, oh, man, let's just trade back and go get Malawak or Malawach. Oh, go trade back and get this. All right, you better hope they become an all-star. And you better hope Ace Bailey don't become an all-star. I feel like they're going to pass on Ace. I feel like it too. I'm starting to get those vibes so much. I got the vibes that they're going to trade back and draft a center or and draft like Queen or Malawach, or they might draft Trey, which I wouldn't be mad about Trey. They're going. I just don't want to give. I just don't want to take a chance of losing that potential, man. His ceiling if he plans out is so much higher than the other players, in my opinion. But yeah, our luck will run out. Dudes are pushing the narrative that you have to win now with Embiid when we, the fans, already gave up trying to win with Embiid. Listen, man, I understand about all that, but why do people make it seem like Ace Bailey don't got no type of game? Why they make it seem like Ace Bailey can't start right now, or the man he has to be on the bench and he has to pretty much, you know what I mean, fit in where he fits in pretty much. Like he don't really, like he's not ready. Like the man's not ready to play in the NBA, it seems like. He has to be developed for like 5 years to become the player that we think he can be. Why everybody making it seem like this man can't play basketball, man? Like, I don't care how much film you watch, bro. I don't care how much film you watch. Nobody can definitely determine that this man, after all the film they watched, oh, man, this man can't start. Oh, this man's not going to be able to play until 4 or 5 years being a start. Like, what are we talking about? How he go from debatably the second overall pick earlier in the year to him possibly dropping to like the 10th or beyond. Trey Johnson. Let me read the Trey Johnson is like Damian Lillard light. Yeah. He'll be amazing in the regular season and get cooked in the playoffs. I don't know, though, bro. I don't know if we can say that either because we don't know. We really don't know. We really don't know. And I think Trey Johnson's taller than Dame. I think Trey Johnson is, in my opinion, this is how I rate the players. I got Cooper 1, Dylan 2, Ace 3, Trey 4. People are probably not going to like that order when I say Trey number 4, but I think Trey's that dude. I've been talking about Trey being that dude. And I think he has the best natural jump shot in this draft. He has a quick release. He has handle. And everybody's talking about Trey's defense not being all that. Okay, no prospect is going to be perfect. People act like you can't develop defense, bro. Like, he's going to be coached by the best coaches in the dang on world, in the NBA. So he's going to get developed. Every player has some type of weakness. If you want to say Trey's weakness is defense, okay, so be it. We can develop him when it comes to being in the right position, to move his arms a certain way, to move his hips a certain way, to move his legs a certain way, and he'll learn from players like a Paul George, and he'll learn, bro. To say that Trey Johnson shouldn't be drafted in the top 10 or top 6 because of his defense, bro, man, I don't believe all that, man. Because like I said, no prospect is a perfect prospect, bro. If Daryl listened to all the noise, I feel like they're going to pass on. Listen, I give it a 50-50 chance they're going to pass. That's a high percentage, bro. I give it a 50-50 chance that he's going to pass on Ace Bailey, and people better hope he don't become an all-star. We already passed up on Jason Tatum, y'all. We passed up on Jason Tatum. We passed up on Jaylen Brown. We passed up on numerous players that could have been good for the Sixers. So I'm not trying to do that again, but if they do it, they better hope whoever we draft. And I hope if it's not Ace Bailey, I hope it's Trey. If it ain't Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, I want Trey. I want Trey on this team. If we draft I want Trey more than VJ, bro. Listen, I'm not hating on VJ Edgecombe. He's a bucket. He's very explosive driving to the rim. His defense is better than Trey, but I think the offense of Trey is better than VJ. I think the offense, he had a better shot than VJ. I think he's going to be an instant 15 to 20 points when I'm telling you, Trey's that dude. And I'm not hating on VJ because I know he has that it factor when it comes to defense. He's very, very good on defense already. And he has offensive game as well. He can beat dudes off the dribble. I like him. Good luck trying to block in that man driving to the lane. He might dunk on your face. And like I understand the hype around him. People compare him to Derrick Rose. People comparing VJ to Westbrook. I understand. I understand the hype, and I'm not hating on VJ. But if I had to choose, these are my guys. Dylan Harper, number 1. Number 2 is Ace Bailey. And number 3 is Trey. Everybody else, whatever happens, happens. We're going to see what happens. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know what I mean? If we draft VJ or Trey, I want to blow it up and just build around the rookie because we wouldn't make sense to keep Maxey. And that's my problem, bro. See, that's the issue. That's why I'm like, that's why it's like, why would you not draft Ace Bailey, bro? Because, and to be honest with you, I don't know what the height of Trey Johnson is. I don't know what the height is. I think he's like 6'5", right? So I would honestly, I want to be a little bit. I want to have a guy that's 6'5", 6'6" at point guard or shooting guard, bro. I don't want 2 small guards, bro. I don't want, no disrespect. I love Jared McCain, and I think he's a very good player. Listen, somebody got to go on the bench, and it's not going to be Tyrese Maxey. Jared McCain going to have to run that second office, and there's nothing wrong with that. Manu Ginobili is one of the greatest players off the bench. There's not many players that you can name off the top of your head that was better than Manu Ginobili in all NBA history coming off the bench. I'm including all NBA history. It's okay to come off the bench in the second team. And then occasionally you can start them as well, depending on the matchup. So if Jared McCain has to come off the bench, so be it. I had Trey, listen, Jared McCain come off the bench, had Trey at the 1 or 2, had Tyrese Maxey at the 1 or 2. You have a guard or shooting guard that's 6'5", 6'6". That's what I would do, bro. Trade Joel and draft the Duke center. It's not as easy as that sounds, bro. It's not easy just to trade a Joel Embiid when he just got a new contract extension. He getting paid too much money. By the way, everybody in the building, make sure you double tap the screen, hit the like button, and consider subscribing to your bull. I cover the Philadelphia 76ers. I cover the Philadelphia Phillies. I cover the NBA playoffs. I also will be covering MLB playoffs, and I will be doing boxing as well on this channel. So if you're interested, consider subscribing to your boy. Trade, don't pull a false pick from right, bro. I feel you. Well, we got to flood the spaces that talk about Sixers pick with drafting Ace Bailey and maybe Murray. Nah, Murray's going to do him. Listen, I don't think Murray listens to anybody, bro. Murray kept Tobias Harris, y'all. No disrespect to Tobias Harris. When all the Sixer fans said to trade him, he was tweeting, being sarcastic, saying, we're going to trade him for a crumble cookie. Or he tweeted a picture at the crumble cookie store or whatever. Like, he don't care about what we say, bro. He don't care about what none of us say. But I tell you one thing, guess who cares, though? The ownership. Because if we don't go to the games, if the Sixers stink this year, and say they do pass up on Ace Bailey, and say Ace Bailey go to one of the teams, the team that we trade down with, right? Which whatever team that is, and he becomes an all-star or one of the best or the rookie of the year, I better listen. Daryl Morey got to go. Listen, he got to go, bro. He got to go straight up. Well, we got to. If we were at pick 4, I want VJ. If we stayed at 5, I want Trey. Man, I'm going Trey over VJ, bro. I'm going Trey over VJ. And I like VJ. Pick 3 was a pipe dream 2 months ago. And now yeah, right. I had to put you Ben ate the no-go. Mike knows me. I'm good. Yeah, he be trolling, bro. He's fine. He be trolling. That's my homie, man. He be messing my vibes up when I read his comments, but that's my homie, though. But listen, y'all. I got to end this stream in about a couple of minutes, but I want to say this real quick. Congratulations to the Phillies for winning against the Cubs yesterday. But let me get back to the Sixers. The Sixers are in one of the greatest spots. Let me just give you, I said some history the other day on my show. I said the greatest player of all time got drafted at the 3rd spot overall. I just want to say that. I just want people to understand who that is. It wasn't LeBron. It was Michael Jordan. And I'm not saying Ace Bailey is going to be Michael Jordan. I'm not crazy enough to say that. But what I am saying is you're in a very good spot to pick a great player. And if people don't want to, listen, people think that, oh, just because you have the number one pick, you got the best chance to get the best player in the draft. That's not necessarily true. Because if your people, your scouts, and they choose the wrong person because they think he's different, that he's the best, you can make a mistake, bro. As a Sixer fan, we know this better than any fan base. We drafted Markelle Fultz number 1 overall. We drafted Ben Simmons number 1 overall. And I'm not saying, this is not no shot at Cooper Flag, because I think Cooper Flag is going to be a very good player. But just because he's being drafted number 1 does not make him automatically the best player coming out this draft. Ace Bailey could literally be the best player out of this draft. Or somebody that's in the 20th pick could mess around, be the best player out of this draft. All I'm saying is this. The higher you pick, yes, you have a higher chance of getting that guy, obviously, right? But at the same time, it depends on the mindset of the players, the team that they go on, the developing, and just the luck of the draw. Nobody really knows what players is going to plan out, but I just feel like you drafting back to get more picks is not the smartest thing in my opinion. I think you should just stick and pick. If you want to pick whoever at 3, do it. I mean, if you do trade back, if you're gonna pick Trey Johnson at 3, you got to trade back, right? If you're gonna pick VJ Edgecombe at 3, I feel like you got to trade back at least one spot or something or whatever, man. Or say somebody wants to get VJ Edgecombe so bad and they're willing to trade up to the 3rd spot, and you trade back 1 spot or 2. No, I say 1 spot, and you get your guy Ace Bailey at pick number 4. So be it. I'm cool with that. As long as you know that they're not going to draft Ace Bailey, I'll go back 1 or 2 spots. And if you know for a fact that the other teams are not drafting Ace Bailey. Other than that, it's Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, Trey Johnson, of course, VJ Edgecombe. You got to get one of those players. You got to. You have to. And that's pretty much all I got to say, man. The Sixers cannot mess this opportunity up. This was a blessing to stay and have that 3rd spot in the 2025 NBA draft. And if they mess this up by getting too analytical, because analytics could only tell you so much. And I understand it is the stats and you're reading the stats, but stats can lie too, bro. Numbers can lie. People say numbers don't lie. Numbers do lie, bro. Numbers do lie, because I'm telling you right now, I remember when we got Tobias Harris. He was averaging like 17, 18 points a game from the Pistons. I'm like, oh, this man's going to be nice, bro. This man he's going to be the perfect role player. And I'm not coming at Tobias. I'm just using him as an example. Oh, he's going to be this and that. Bro, he wasn't the guy, bro. But you got to do like Jimmy Butler. No, he's not going to score 30 points a game in the regular season, but he's going to get you a good 18, 20 points in a game every game, right? And then he turns it up in the postseason. Those are the analytics. Those are the stats you want to look at. What does the player do in the postseason? If he can just, you know what I mean? It's okay to be putting up these high numbers in the regular season, but like my whole thing is Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris stats were like neck and neck that one season, right? In the regular season. But we know who the better player is. Analytics only tell you so much. Jimmy Butler's a better defender. Jimmy Butler's a better scorer overall. Jimmy Butler is a better player overall, hands down, no debate, right? And then in the playoffs, he turns his game up to another notch. So that's what I'm saying, man. Analytics can only tell you so much. And so especially if you go on by the numbers and just a whole bunch of film in college, yes, you got to go by that. But then you got to go by the personality. Then you got to go by what the team has already on the team. You know what I mean? You can't draft a player with too much of a big head and they think they're a superstar already before they got into the NBA. Nah, bro. We already had one of those type of players. His name is Ben Simmons. I'm cool on players like that, bro. I want a player that's hungry. I want a player that's like, yeah, I'm in Philly. I'm about to be the next great Philadelphia 76er player. I'm about to be one of the greatest players of all time. I want one of those players. I want one of those players that's going to be hungry to play in Philadelphia, that's going to be proud to play in Philadelphia. I don't want none of these players that's just like, all right, man, whatever. I'm going to just do my first contract and I'm I'm going to just not really try to put in the work. It is what it is. I'm already that dude. Like Ben Simmons. And then what happened, bro? We gave him a contract extension, bro. The worst contract probably in NBA history. Let me not come at Ben Simmons. Hold on. Let me stop. But y'all get my point. Y'all get my drift. Do I think Steph will win another ring? Whew. It depends on what they do to build the team. I think they got a good 2 more years to have a chance. After the 2 more years, I think it's a wrap, bro. What I would do if I was the Golden State Warriors, you got to make, I don't know what their draft picks look like. They're going to have to make sure they draft right. They're going to have to make some, they need to get a team like the Pacers. They need multiple dogs on that team. They got Jimmy, they got Steph, they got Green. They do got a couple of young players. I need a little bit more, though. I hope Steph could get another one. But it's very hard to get out the West, man. And if SGA wins a championship this year, like, listen, the West is so hard. He has a better chance of being in the East, which he's not going to get traded. He has a better chance of coming to the Eastern Conference and doing something. But since he's in the West, man, it's just so hard to get out the Western Conference, bro. It really is. Like, the West is just crazy to me. And it's only going to get better because there's dominoes that are going to fall with the Giannis and with the Kevin Durant. Depending on what Kevin Durant does, depending on what Giannis does, if they stay in the West, I mean, if KD stays in the West, what team he going to? He might go to the Timberwolves. That's going to be crazy. With Ant-Man and Anthony Edwards, bro. Oh my gosh. Anthony Edwards and Kevin Durant, that's going to be crazy. Or if Giannis goes to the Timberwolves, or there's so many rumors out there. Now, what about a reunion between KD and the Warriors? I don't know if they got enough money to do it, but that would be a nice little, they don't have enough. They don't have enough pieces. So it's going to have to be like a 4-team trade for that to happen. We will regret it badly if we pass on Ace Bailey. I will consider changing. And if I do change my fan base, I'm going to be a Spurs fan, y'all. I'm going to the San Antonio Spurs. I'm going to the Spurs. What's going on, Skull? State of mind, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're safe, man. Hopefully you're safe. If you catch my drift, hopefully everybody's safe, but especially my homie. Hopefully you're safe, man. I'm getting off this live stream. I want to say to everybody, be safe out there. I'm on this bridge right now, right? And like a couple of years ago, bro, I'm telling you, this bridge was not here, bro. And they got all these houses around here. They build houses everywhere up in this place, man. I don't know where all the deer go. I don't understand it. Like, where do they sleep at? You know what I mean? But anyway, shout out to everybody in the building. God bless. Be safe. Straight. Oh, straight, bro. Okay, that's good, bro. That's good, man. Happy to hear it, man. You know what I'm saying, man. It's a lot going on. So I'm happy you're good. Happy your family's good. Your wife and your kids. Just be safe and just be aware of your surroundings, man. And that goes for everybody, man. This country is crazy right now. A lot of things is going on. Just be aware of your surroundings and just keep God first. And everything should be fine. But all right, y'all. Peace out, y'all.